This is what we call ravine artifacts, which is what we're going to see, which is the old farm junk.
My dad never threw away anything. And if anybody needed a part, he knew where it was. And a lot of guys were like that. And he was, mechanically, he was fantastic. He was the neighborhood go-to guy.
That's cool.
So, where's the line here?
There's a
Right where the little rock line is.
yeah, that little rock.
And you can see one fence post left there.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Because right here, there were big, every spring, there were we call this the hollow, and there were maple trees here.
Yes.
And every spring, I would tap the maple trees, and Mom would, what a mess that was in the house. I never realized, but she always had to scrub the walls because they boiled it on the kitchen stove. We didn't do it outside, but every spring I would always tap the trees down here in the hollow.
I made 2 gallons of sap from these trees this year.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I come down into the hollow here, and yeah, in fact, there's one big one there that could have been around when you were.
It could have been. I was going to say that's
yeah.
what I was looking for. I bet you
Yeah.
that one was. I bet you
Yeah.
that one was.
That's an antique. That's an old one. So yeah,
Fantastic.
we might have been tapping the same trees, Gary.
Could have been.
We still collect ramps in the spring and lots of natural stuff here.
Wild asparagus there is along the...
It even grew in the ditch in front of the house. Mom used to harvest asparagus in the spring and cook the asparagus.
Yeah, wild asparagus aplenty up here.
And that,
Mushroom, do you find mushrooms here?
Huh?
Morels?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we get morels.
you probably find them. We never did
Yeah.
mushrooms. So.
Yeah.
And this area here, between this property and Castins, or we call Castins, there was a problem. They were complaining about the fence. They had cows and we didn't, and he was complaining about the fence around the line. My dad went out. He put up a fence. When the guy from the town came out, he said they'd never seen a fence like that. He had a post. I still remember he had, I don't know what that wire puller to tighten the barbed wire.
Yeah.
Because it was like a guitar string, and that linesman, it was straight and big posts, and everybody was, wow, now that's a fence.
No more disputes there.
No more, there were never any more disputes after that. No.
So, what was your farm like? What did you all have on your farm?
Dad was the second youngest. All the boys wanted out to get off the farm. And one went to Iowa, a couple went to, well, whatever. And Dad wanted to get off the farm too. But he said, and then the war came, and not only did they have the farm then, but he also worked in the shipyard.
Sure.
And he wanted to go into Seabees. He wanted to leave too. And he said, I got stuck with the farm. It isn't that he didn't like the property. He didn't like farming. And he wanted to see the world, but he never had a chance to do that. I can still remember when I was about 5 years old, I can remember in the barn, we still had cows yet. And I can still remember being in a barn in my walker. I can still remember it. The walker is probably somewhere in the barn someplace. I can still remember going
Knowing Clint, it probably is.
Going up and down between the cows. And I must have been 5 years old. We still had a couple of horses yet, because one of the barns was a horse barn. And I remember my dad went to Egg Harbor and bought a horse. And I remember he had to ride that horse all night to get back here.
Really?
Yeah. And really one of the memories I'll never forget. I can still remember we were up in the back field, and I must have been 3, 4 years old, whatever. I'm sitting, Dad and I on the horse. I remember galloping down the lane, and I never forgot the feeling.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't long after that, I think he got rid of the horses and the cows went, and he said that was enough of that. So. And then he did for a while, he did this thing with the grain.
Okay.
So, but other than that, no. He really loved the land. He didn't have to do anything with it. We just really liked the land.